Hi, this is a horoscope for 2011 for all Sagittarius, so everyone who has a Sagittarius ascendant. To find out your ascendant, you can go to my website. All you need to know is your time of birth, and it will show you what your ascendant sign is, because in astrology the ascendant sign is much more personal and much more correct than the sun sign astrology you read in the newspapers. But knowing both your sun sign and your ascendant rising sign, it's good to check the prediction for both of them because they're both relevant. So how is the year 2011 going to be for you, Sagittarius? Quite good, quite positive. I don't see, especially the first half of the year, you have a great influx of energy, Sagittarius. You will feel inspired. You will get a move with projects that you had before, and you will get a green light to move ahead. You get new opportunities. You have to grab them, because this door of opportunity is open from the beginning of the year only till the beginning of June. After that, the focus shifts, but the first 5 months are very productive and very positive. You will feel positive, you will feel inspired, you will feel playful, childful, spontaneous. It's a great time for all of you Sagittarius ascendants who are into creative, or Sagittarius sun who are into creative endeavors, because Jupiter brings like inspiration from above, and you'll be much more productive. It's not so much being disciplined and sitting and creating things. It's more like you're being given things, like you receive them from up, in your mind and in your heart. It's you're being inspired, it's very good time for the creative one. Or for those of you who have children, the first 6 months, the first 5 months are wonderful for them. Maybe new opportunities are coming to your children, or just very positive experiences connected to them. Or those of you who are single and who are not creative, the Jupiter brings the positivity in romance, in having fun. So you're much more willing to have multiple partners and have much more fun than normal. You're not in a serious mind about relationships. You're much more frivolous and just let's have fun. And you're gonna feel this energy from January. From January till June, you just want to let your hair down and party and have fun and carouse around, paint the town red, and it's much more likely to find you in the houses of fun, like in the pubs and the bars, the first 6 months of the year. But it's great, because you've been having quite a few hard years the previous years with Saturn and quite a few other planets giving you hard time. So now it's time to party, and let your hair down, have fun, and be creative. For those of you who are creative, have fun with your kids. And after June, Jupiter goes into your 6th house, so the attention from fun and from multiple partners and being spontaneous shifts into responsibilities. But it's like you'll be doing your responsibility with enthusiasm. There will be enthusiasm about changing your habits and health. Maybe you should start working out. Then the second part of the year, you'll be having much more. You jump into your responsibilities and work with much more exhilaration and with ease. So the first part of the year you're partying, the second part you're getting down to work, but you're doing it with fun. You enjoy it. And even if a lot of work comes your way, a lot of responsibilities, you will meet them head on. You will not be daunted or just the opposite. Be very entrepreneurial spirit and enterprising. Saturn will keep on being in your 11th house. It started there from 2010. You've been feeling it already, and it's gonna go on 2011 and also part of 2012. It's a very slow process, but you'll notice these 2 years and a half, that where Saturn is, it cuts away the unneeded things, and 11th house is your friends. So if there was some people that you considered your friends, but they were actually not, they're gonna disappear from your life. You're gonna probably get disappointed with them, cut them loose, or just some friends might leave and out of your life, you know, maybe live somewhere far away. So there is like sorting out of who is right for you and who is not right for you as friendships, you know, as your associates, people you let around you. Or you get much less, you know, much less friends, but your friendships become much more serious and you become much more responsible towards your friends and much more, you know, they become much more serious towards you and you, but there is a decrease in number, and it's maybe some of your close friends might be going through a hard period and they might need your support, so you have to be there for them. Or those of you, the 11th house is the pennies from heaven, they call it, and Saturn there, it restricts, it stops. So if you're playing the lottery, it's not exactly the time to do it this year. No offense, if you're really, really lucky, maybe you still make something, you know, but it doesn't give monies from heaven, you know. You can't rely on money coming to you without, you know, without you working for it or without you deserving it. Or it's also monies from the government. So those of you relying on benefits, on support from the government, it might be a bit hard for you this year. Maybe you felt it 2010 already, but it's nothing serious, you know. It's maybe some restriction there, but that's about it. Also, it's another interesting thing. You have a solar eclipse happening in your sign at the very beginning of the year. You've been already going through these solar eclipses from last year, Sagittarius. No, sorry, they start. The first, excuse me, it's a mistake. The first solar eclipse that happens in your sign, and it's a rare event, to be honest. It's happening in June, and it's happening in. It's gonna affect your relationships in your personal life. What a solar eclipse does, it abolishes all old structures, so the new ones can grow up, so it can make space for new things. So anything old and irrelevant in your life might be cleaned up around this lunar and solar eclipse in June 2011. So shake-ups in relationships, maybe old relationships disappear around that time, the beginning of the summer, and new ones can appear. So they can be some traumatic experience, not necessarily negative, but it's something old has to go to make a place for something new. And it can be a lot in any part of your life, you know. To find out exactly which part of your life, you have to have a personal horoscope done to see exactly which part of your life is going to affect. And the other solar eclipse that happens, 2 solar eclipses in your sign, Sagittarius, in one. One is solar, one is lunar, but the most serious one is November, Sagittarius, the November 2011. So all early Sagittarius, so people who have early degrees rising of Sagittarius, they're gonna feel it the most. So basically the November born Sagittarius are going to be the ones most influenced, and they're gonna be some shake-ups there. It's gonna be interesting what old system are gonna fall apart and what new will come in. We'll see, but it's connected with generally your whole life, you know. I can't pinpoint a particular area. And for those of you, the early Sagittarius, the ones born in November, even though you're having those shake-ups from the eclipses at the end of the year, the whole year your Uranus is infusing you a spark of energy as well. It's bringing new things to you. It's bringing new exciting relationships, probably, especially the new Sagittarius, the early Sagittarius, sorry, the November Sagittarius. So the single ladies, they can suddenly, new love romances can appear for them. New exciting, fun people coming to your life. You're gonna open up more for new experiences, much more. You'll be much more adventurous than normal, and it will pay off. It's once in a lifetime energies that are coming to you, the early Sagittarius. So even though the solar eclipses are cutting a lot of unnecessary things out of your life, the Uranus energy that is coming to you is bringing a lot of new exciting things to you. So it's, as a whole, very positive year, Sagittarius. Really, I don't see big difficulties, big stressful events. As I said, only the solar eclipses in the middle of the summer at the end of the year can bring some shake-up, but otherwise the first part of the year is beautiful. It's really positive, with Jupiter in the 5th house of fun, of partying, of romances, of children. It brings all positive experiences there and new opportunities. So grab the opportunities because they're coming. It's a good year for all Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising.